Okay, today I'm gonna put my shoes on camera. So y'all start getting all your stuff around. This is weighted Mondays, so we're gonna use weights. But I'm gonna start putting my shoes on, and I want you to put them on with me. This is the movement that gets a lot of people in trouble with their back, believe it or not. So here we go. So you pick out your shoes. You can have a seat or not. And do you see how I bent forward to start putting my socks on? Do you see that? Yeah, this is the move right here. Number one, have your shoes next to you. Number two, widen up your legs so that when you come down, you can keep your back extended and get down to put your socks on. Okay, so I can, with just putting my socks on and my shoes on, get 4 to 6 to 8, whatever it takes you. See, I'm picking it up. One of two things. If you don't want to go through like this, then you put your foot up on a couch or cross your leg like this. See that? But you still hip hinge. See, my rib cage went up. I'm hip hinging and I'm putting my little shoe on, keeping my back extended. That's the whole deal right there. Then I come down, and what am I doing? Yeah, I'm hip hinging. Now, I'm not sure the group was reticent to start without Kathy counting because they're worried after a vacation. So here I go. I can go this, or I can simply put my foot in my shoe and open here. Then rib cage up, hip hinge, and tighten my shoe. Okay. So I am going to title this, Get a Great Workout Starts with Tying Your Shoes or Putting on Your Shoes Correctly. So now that I've gone down and up, hi everybody coming on, I see you there. Now I'm going to go ahead because in the process of tying my shoe, putting my shoe on, putting my sock on, see this? See this? This is a great warm up. If you have a hip that's tight, could be tight because of arthritis, could be tight with osteoporosis, could be tight for many reasons, you overdid things or whatever, start moving your hip. And you can start it seated. Putting your shoes on is the point of why I took the time on this workout Monday to see what I'm doing. Every time I go forward, I keep my back extended. I keep my hands right here because my elbows are pointing back, and I'm stretching through my pectorals as I'm stretching through my groin, as I am moving through my hip. So sit your little butt in a chair for a minute or two and do these with me. Don't just stand there and walk in place and think, oh, why doesn't she get on with it? I am. This is what I'm doing. Look at here. Hands are here. Elbows are back. See that? Shoulders are down. Chin is tucked. When you start to go forward, putting on your shoes, doing anything, you know what everybody always does? This. See that? Now, we can do that move sometime, but right now, we want to keep the chin tucked. And as I go down, I can turn my head as I'm stretching my groin muscles all through here, the adductors, okay? Then I'm going to go down again. I'm going to say rib cage up. I'm going to shine my taillights, keep my elbows in. As I come down, my chin is back, and I'm going to turn the other way. I'm going to put my chin over my shoulder as I drop between the legs. See that? Keep your legs in line, your knee in line with your ankle. Okay. Because many times people will go into this move and they will cave. They will bring their knees in. Now we'll do that in a minute, but not right now. I am really waking up your hip, your lower back, your adductors, your pectorals. I'm opening them out, and now we're going to go back with our hands right back here. See, my chin is tucked. Now I'm holding myself down there just with my muscles, my back, my core, my leg muscles, because I feel the stretch. Yeah, in the groin. It's a very important way to move. And I did this all by putting on my shoes correctly. Okay, so here I go. Back, take a big deep breath, come back up, and now move this one out. See that? And come forward gently. This is my knee replace side. Now, this is my hip replace side. See how I moved out? And then I moved in. So I bring the whole upper body in, keep my chin tucked, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. See how I'm coming right down here? Oh my goodness. If you guys could just do a few of these when you get up and you tend to be tight in your hip, tight in your back. See what I'm doing? I'm rotating now. Still seated, but I'm preparing my hips, okay? I'm preparing my lower back. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Whoa, that is a huge move as you're turning. And I'm sitting on a chair to do this. It will make your first steps moving around, especially if you tend to have wonky hips, so much better. Number one, you're not going to, you've worked out some kinks, let's say, just by doing some of the forward bending and then lifting through your back. So what were they? Recap. I'm sitting here in a chair. I come forward, my legs are wide, my hands are here. As you come forward, if your rib cage is up and you're coming down, I know that you're feeling stretches through the groin. That's where I want it, right here. See that? All the way up through the back. And because I have my elbows going back, I'm opening up here, okay? Stretching through the whole shoulder girdle. Then when you come back up and you do that turn, see this? I'm turning. I'm going to bring one hand over my head. Am I bending through my waist? No, I'm turning. I'm not leaning. Okay. So look at here. This knee is down. This is way over here like this. Now I want you to pretend that I'm right there behind you. And I grabbed your arm right here and I pulled it up. So not that I want you to grab it, but I want you to pull that elbow up. See, I don't want you leaning. I want you to pull up. That gets all through here. So we've already opened up here. And now we're turning, working from the mid to lower back, all the way down through the hip. And I'm going to turn all the way over here. And I'm going to put my other hand over my head, grab my ear. As I drive my knee down, my toes are really stretching the hole underneath of my foot. So I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to take a big breath through my nose. Okay, why? I'm going to keep hammering on you guys to keep trying to breathe through your nose, okay, as best as you can. Because by virtue of breathing through your nose, if you keep your shoulders down, let your diaphragm give and take out and in like it's supposed to, you're going to do deep breathing. Oh my goodness, I don't even have the time to go into the physiology of the benefits of deep breathing. And you can do it by just starting to breathe through your nose. Just shut your mouth, breathe through your nose. See? It's hard to shut your mouth and talk as my dear husband pointed out to me number of times. Anyway, try to do it, y'all. Look at here. Look at here. I'm driving this knee down so I can tell you I'm much tighter on my knee replace side in my quad than I am on my hip replace side. Go figure. But look at here. This whole move, whether I feel it as intensely or not, is benefiting, okay? Because we're moving our joint. We're taking care of that lower back. As I come back here, come back here, come back here. Last one. I'm going to turn, rotate that hip, then come back up. Now I'm going to act like I'm going to lead a choir, okay? That's people who sing in a group. Okay, see here? I'm going to go like this, but I'm going to breathe in right now. Breathe in through your nose and exhale as you come up, and you're still leading the choir. Okay, here we go. Come back in, bring the choir down with your hands. I'm right here. Shoulders are down. I'm in the seat right here. Are you ready? Breathe in through the nose. Now lead the choir. Heels and come up and open. Then come back down. Now, if it's difficult for you to use your shoulders up, use your shoulders in the same way. Just keep them down a little bit, okay? Breathe in through the nose. Are you ready? Now you're going to exhale and heels. You're pressing into the heels and you're coming up. Then you're going to come back down and come back down. I'm purposely moving through this very methodically. You don't want to do this one fast, okay? For many reasons. Keeping your balance is one. Look at your feet. Many of you are trying to stand up and your knees are in too far. Open, hip hinge, breathe through the nose, stay rib cage up. Get ready, you're going to lead your choir. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, go to the heels and come up. Check in with your hip. Some of you have some real issues with your hips, and you gotta move them to start with before you load them. Now we're loading a little, but we're moving them. Here we go. Anytime you do a sit to stand, I'm leading the choir again, you are moving your hips. You are moving all the back extensors. See, when I do this, oh my goodness. I showed this to a gal one time who was saying, I don't know, she wasn't familiar with my class, and she goes, I'm having trouble, bending. And I said, well, let me see you sit and stand. The minute she went to stand, guess what happened? She rounded her back. Whoa, it took me 30 minutes to help her straighten that out. Once she finally did it, when she did this, see this? Do it with me. Do it with me. Put your hands here. Breathe in through the nose. Hip hinge forward as far as you can go. You should not feel as tight now in your groin. You should not feel as tight in your back, because we've done this now multiples of time. And how did it start? Putting on my shoe. Yeah. So here we go. One more time. And come back. Okay. When you're having an issue, you're tight, or you're having some pain in through your hip and everything, of course, always be safe, never move through pain. But generally it's because you just haven't moved your hips, your back, and everything. Okay, you ready? Now we're going to lead the choir. We're going to do it 3 more times. Here we go. Here's my hands. Breathe in through the nose. And when you go to stand up, you're exhaling and you're pressing in through the heels. Okay, that act right there, sit to stand. Wow. If you can just see your way through to do 3 sets of 10 in a day. And some of you might say, well, that's a lot. And I'm like, I could never even think to do that 30 times in a day. And I would say, well, a good way to do a sit to stand, and you have to do it, is to drink more water. You should be laughing. If you're not laughing, I'm gonna be worried about you. Okay. Yes, you have to do this to sit on the throne. Yes. And then check in with your hips, with your back. How's it feeling? It should be loosening up. It should be easier and easier for you to go into a sit. In through the nose, drop your shoulders, rib cage up, hip hinge forward, push into the heels, and come up, exhale, and you're right here. Yeah, I've had you do several, and I said 3 more, didn't I? I think I said 3 more. We got 1 more. I can count from 1 to 5 anyway. Okay, come back down. Okay, now I want you to do this. See that? See what I just did? Let me warn you. If you did that with me just now and you weren't thinking, you know what you did? You started to come up like this and you started rounding your back. Don't round your back. So how are you going to get your leg up? You're going to open your hip and go back. See that? Keep my chin tucked. Open, tighten, brace, lift. Come over here like you're going to cross your legs, but then you don't. See that? Hip hinge forward, open back, drop your chin. Here we go. Lift the knee, tighten, say rib cage up. See how I'm moving back and forth? I'm gonna one more time. I'm gonna do 3 on each side right now. We're gonna open, breathe in through the nose, lift the knee. Now act like you're gonna cross, even if you don't quite make it. Okay? Now bring your, that was 3. Now put your hand right here on your shin. Again, rib cage up. See, I'm not touching my chair, but I'm really extended. Now take this hand right here on your knee and pull the knee in as you lean in. Okay, you're gonna hit some big structures up through your hip, through your gluteal. Okay, so you're like acting like you're hugging the knee, but do not round your back. Okay, so I'm pulling the knee in, I'm pushing myself forward, keeping my chin tucked, and I'm getting such a powerful stretch through the gluteal, all through the structures in the hip, in the posterior part of your hip. Okay, take a big deep breath. If you will do this one correctly, hang on to it just for a little bit. Wow, you'll get great relief, like immediate. And some of you aren't even going to realize how tight you were. Okay, ready? This one. So what am I going to do? When you go to cross your leg, I've watched this literally hundreds, not thousands of times. The minute somebody goes to cross their leg, they do 2 things. They hunker down and then they curl and they go like this. You've seen it. That's not what we want to do, is it? So what we do is we say rib cage up, number 1. Number 2, open back. You're going to feel these kick in. Okay, say rib cage up again. Drop your chin. Bring your leg up. Now bring it over and act like you're going to cross your leg. But then you don't. See, I'm not doing that pull yet. Okay, take a big breath. I'm prepping you after being gone for quite a while for your hips. I don't want to just jump in on weights. I want to get your movement going. Okay, that's the whole reason I'm taking the time to do this kind of preparatory weight loading and movement exercises. So see here, open back, rib cage up, chin tucked, act like you're going to cross your legs. Do not round your back. See? And then come back open. If you have a very tight hip from arthritis, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. So drop your shoulders, rib cage up, breathe in through the nose, open, act like you're going to cross your leg. See how it's feeling, and then you put it back down. Did it 3 times. Okay, are you ready? Now we're going to pull the leg in, and you're going to feel it right through here. Okay, you ready? Drop your shoulders, chin in, tucked in. Breathe through the nose. Open. That's very important. Open. This is working. Bring the leg up. Go ahead and cross that ankle. And if you can't make it to the knee, do this on crossover on your shin or under your knee. Okay, see how I'm doing this? So I'm pulling my shin in toward me. And now I'm going to grab the outside and just pull it in like I'm hugging my knee. But my caution to you is, as you lean in, do not curl or flex your back. See, I'm pulling in, I'm getting a powerful stretch right up through here. Yeah. And if you guys would just learn to do this move, see, you could do this. You could do this even sitting in church. Nobody'd even know. You could do it at a meeting or whatever. Breath. Pull the knee in. Lean in. Pull in. Should be kicking right here. Yeah. Some of you didn't even know how tight you were. And when you are traveling and doing a lot of sitting, see, you could do this a little bit in your car. Most of us have enough room where we could do that. Okay. That should give you great relief. You should feel like, oh my goodness, that feels better. Yeah, that's the point. Okay, you ready? Sit to stand, leading our choir. When you go into it, wide, hip hinge, push into the heels. Wah, just like that. And your hips should start feeling better and better and better. Now, right now, we're just going to go crossover. See that? See, I'm pulling this arm back for a reason. Then I'm going to come back. So you did a sit to stand. We've been doing some sitting type challenges. See, I'm going to come over just like that. And I'm going to keep my legs very straight. And I'm almost going to do a hyperextension in this move. See, open that arm back. See that? Pull that arm back. Now, standing in this position for some of you, yeah, you're going to feel like you're getting off balance. That's why anytime you do these standing challenges, what do you always have in place? This is where Kay should tell everybody, have a chair there or do it next to a wall. Sorry, I had to say that, Kay. See here? Now I'm crossed over, I'm opening back. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to cross over. Straighten your legs and push your hips forward. Yeah, push your hips forward. Just like that. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Push your hips forward. It should be stretching this, the leg that's in back, it should be just opening up right here. Like nothing else. You can remember this. If you're a walker, a pickleball player, sit at your computer, remember this move. Cross over, stabilize. Now straighten your legs and now go into where you're pushing your hips forward. And you're going to feel this open up. Yes. Take a big breath, come back and come back. Nice. Okay. Now, I haven't unpacked my gloves yet, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to start picking up some weight. So what am I going to pick up first? I'm going to start with a light weight. Okay. So light for me would be about a 6. Okie dokie. So we're going to do some real, we're going to do about, I would say at least 3, possibly 4, but 3 moves. And we're going to go through a whole range of moves with our light weights because we're going to get back into the groove. See how I stepped in and I turned my hands? See that? So whenever, let's do that again. Okay, so here you are. All right. I don't care which leg, step like you're gonna walk, but then don't. So that means you pull yourself back. So let me show you that from the side. See? I said step, and many people will step and they will start into this. We want to fight that, don't we? So what are we gonna do? We got a light weight. We want to drop our shoulders. We want to step, and we want to say rib cage up. That's the big deal there, okay? So right now, my heels are staying down. And I'm just gonna move my knee down just a little bit until I feel that Achilles stretching, and you will. I don't want it to be too much, okay? So as I'm down there, now I'm gonna really say rib cage up. My hands are forward, and I'm just gonna pull the weights right to the fronts of the arms. But here's the deal. You keep a small bend in the back leg. See that? A little more pronounced bend in the front leg. But what we are not gonna do is lean in. See, I don't wanna lean in, I wanna pull back with my body, okay? And by holding this stance, just like we're doing right now, and we're just pumping these little weights right here, it's not a jerk motion, it's not super fast, it's not super slow. You just hit a nice cadence, and every time you pull the weights to the front of your shoulder, you say rib cage up. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your shoulders down. Breathe in through your nose. Now that back knee that's pushing down, you should be feeling it a little bit. You have to hold balance. You're in a little tiny bit of a crouch position, which makes you use your muscles. Yes. Take a breath. Keep your chin tucked. Rib cage up. Okay, 3 more. Take a breath. Yeah, 1 more. Yes. And bring them down. Now you're going to bring that foot back. You're going to take that back leg and turn it out. See that? That just gives you a little rest because you really were pushing that Achilles and the toes, the foot, the heel, the calf. Then you come back, take a big breath, and now I'm going to take these weights and I'm going to bring them up, and I'm going to open, and I'm going to bring them just to my ears. See this? See this? Just to my ears. Okay? So if you have any kind of shoulder issues, I'm not taking a weight all the way up. Okay? Step out now with your other leg, the one that was in back, and now you've switched. So the opposite one is in back. Do not take your heel off the ground. Okay? Keep your heel down. I'm going to call this the Bonnie exercise. We're going to do the Bonnie, because this is pushing her Achilles. You better do this, Bonnie. I saw you. Okay, here's the deal. In this stance, many of you are going to get into this kind of a thing. Pull yourself back. Yeah, that will be difficult, but do it. Okay, keep your heel down. You're pointing your knee down. You can even do a little pulsing on it. See that? Breath in through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. We're going to stay down. We're going to stay in that stance. We're going to open, and we're going to go just to the top of the ears. And then we're going to touch the shoulders. Okay, correct your stance. Say rib cage up, chin tucked. Bend the back knee a little. Yeah, you're going to feel unbalanced. So make sure you're next to a wall or touching the chair, the couch, the counter. You get it. Take a breath. And then the other thing is, if you continue to feel out of balance, because this is more difficult for you to hold this, Take a wider stance. Yeah, don't turn your little toes out like a duck. Just take a wider stance. Take a breath in through the nose, shoulders down, ribcage up. Keep that knee bent in the back. Yeah, you're gonna find out which knee, hip, leg is stronger and which one's weaker. Yes, you will find that out right now. Take a breath in through the nose. Just three more, just three more. Just right to the ear, top of the ear, side of the head. Okay. And bring it down. Okay, bring it back. Now take the back leg and turn it out. That's all you gotta do. So I have a tight hip. Yeah, my other hip is talking to me. So I'm doing everything I can to see if I can sidestep joining Chrissy's club, double hip replacements. So that's why we keep moving. That's why we keep doing everything we can to keep our joints lubricated and working. And how you do that? You move them, okay? You might not remember any certain moves. See what I'm doing right now? My toe is out here, and I'm just doing a little bend, a little shifting. See that? This knee is soft. I have my weights right here. I'm dropping my shoulders, and I'm recovering, okay? Because we held that move for a while, okay? Then I come back. Now we're gonna go side. See this? See that? And you can do this whole thing with weights, but if we've not been working, you know, I should say but typically I know that y'all kind of didn't pull up all those recordings. Okay, look what we're doing. Just act like you're stepping out to the side. Don't point your toe. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what I want you to do is pull back. See that? Pull back and then come forward. If that's it, pull back and come forward. So we're going to do side stepping while we're doing that maneuver. Are you ready? So I'm going to just pull back and I'm going to step out. See that? So I've shown you what dorsiflexion and plantar flexion is. Plantar flexion is pointing your toe. We tend to do that automatically. Just do it on both feet so you'll feel that. See, it's a point. Okay, when you go to the side, many times you want to point. I don't want you to point. I want you to pull the toe up because you are stepping out, but you're just tapping the side of your heel, okay? So as I go out here, I'm leading with my ankle. That's it. And you see how I've pulled these weights back? These are light weights. I'm gonna pull it back. My tummy's tight, just braced. And I'm gonna go to the side. And I'm gonna go just out to the side and tap the heel. See that? So I'm doing a little bit of a knee bend, but the leg that's stepping out is straight because I want you to work that tibialis anterior. Now, once I've got it, see, I'm back here. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to come up here. So what am I doing? Doing a compound move. It's a simple one, but you still got to think, what in the heck am I doing here? Think of your elbows. Pull them back. See here, I have my hands in this position. I'm not opening and closing, okay? Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. When the leg goes out, these go back and then they come up. See? Just like that. So I'm working with that shoulder girdle, doing this pull and coming back. And I'm bending my knee. That's the stability knee. So I'm in essence doing one-legged teeny or high squats. I would say modified squats. Do you see that? See, some of you are standing here straight and you're putting your foot out, but you're not hip hinging and bending. So that's what I'm wanting you to do. So as you push this out here, you hip hinge a little and you bend this knee and then you come up. So I'm doing like a ton of high or modified single leg squats. That's what I'm doing. And I'm working the front of my shin. It's called the tibialis. It's responsible, many things, but one of the things is to toe lift. So that's why I want you to step out in dorsiflexion, meaning pull your toe up. Don't point it. See this? So down and then forward, back and then forward. And I'm doing little single leg squats every single time I'm doing this. This is such a great move if you get this. See, don't just stand there. Hip hinge, bend your knee. Hip hinge, bend your knee. Right here. Breath. Okay, let's just do 3 more. Breath. 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 So again, the 2 features that are different on this move than typically you see is when you put your foot out, you don't press your toe down. You keep your toe pulled up. See, I'm just touching the side of my heel. I'm leading this move with my heel and ankle. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm keeping a constant weight, load, gentle, but constant right here. See, I'm not straightening out yet. I'm just pulling back, forward, back, forward. Once you get that, then, and you're leading out, it's this that you have to focus on, okay? So I'm just breaking it apart for you. So as I step out, I want to, again, hip hinge and bend this knee. Then when I come in, I'm standing up. See that? So it's a hip hinge and it's a knee bend, okay? So you are in essence doing a bunch of single leg modified squats. So bring these up, all right? Drop your shoulders. Take a big breath through your nose. Pull your toe up. Take your leg out there and touch the side inside of your heel. And then you bring it back in. See that? So right here, don't even worry about your arms until you get these little squats under your belt. Okay? See that? My toe is up. I'm just touching the inside of my heel and bring it back in. And I'm squatting. Actually, it's a modified hip hinge is what it is, not a squat, but it's a single leg hip hinging action, okay? This is extremely beneficial for people with, that want to avoid hip issues because you're maintaining, see, with this leg. So you already got weight on it. And now you're going into a little squat or a little hip hinge. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can actually see that action. Okay, so I'm pointing here. I'm not using my weights because I'm pointing. But when I start to use I can either just do this hanging on to my weight. And when you do the knee bend, make sure your knee isn't going wonky. Make sure it's not going inside or outside as you press into this. Then once you get it, then worry about your arms. You go back with them, you go forward with them. You tighten in that tummy, you keep that toe up. Breath, back, Breath, keep your elbows in. Don't let them fly out on you. Couple more, hip hinge, knee bend. Keep your rib cage up. Breathing in through the nose. Breath, breath, breath. Keep that toe up. Okay, 3 more. Okay, 3 more. Breath. Here we go. 1 more. And back. Good. Okay. Put your weights on your chair. Shake out your hands. We're going to still keep using them. So don't change them yet. Okie dokie. Don't change them yet. Open. So if you've been hanging on to weights all that time, and let me just tell you, some of you really are cautious about adding weight if you're not used to using it. So when I'm using a light weight, if you do nothing else but grab a ball and do the whole work squeezing a ball, your whole upper body and your shoulders and your hands, your forearms will thank you, okay? So if you don't have a weight, just pick, and if you don't have a ball, wad up some socks and just squeeze them as you're going through this whole move with me, okay? Shake out, shake out, shake out, shake out. Take a big deep breath. Yes. Now you're going to take this leg and go back. See that? So just kind of practice that with both of them. So I'm standing here, my shoulders are down, chin is tucked. I'm going to take this leg back, okay? And then I'm going to bring it forward, okay? Just go back with it. See that? Okay, now full body move here. I'm going to take the leg back. It's on my toe. I'm pressing into my toe. I'm going to take my hands and just move to the opposite side or the opposite leg that isn't moving back. Then come back up. So this is a great transverse move to do. Breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. By virtue of doing that, you will help yourself toward deep breathing. That's the whole reason that I'm trying to get you to just simply breathe through your nose. Just shut your mouth and breathe through your nose and don't bring your shoulders up. You will notice that you use your diaphragm, okay? Take the other leg, go back. That's on my toe. See, it's on my toe. My heel's not down. Then I come back in. Do that one more time. Take that leg back, okay? So now that leg is back. I'm going to take my hands and go in the opposite direction, okay? Take a big deep breath through your nose. Bring it here to the center. Bring your leg in, okay? So opposite, opposite. We're going to do a wide stance now and the same kind of a thing, only instead of going up, we're going to go down, okay? Now, when you start to go down, I want you to pretend something. Pretend that you have those weights right here in your hand, okay? Because we're going to have them in just a second. We're going to hip hinge. So make sure right now that your hip hinge is working. Because when you go around and down, see, I'm sinking into the leg that I'm pointing at with my hands, and then I bring it right into my solar plexus. See that? So pretend you have your weights. So we're a wide stance. Are you ready? Shoulders are down. Here's my hands. I'm going to go into this leg now. See that? This is bent. This is straight. Down, down, down. Push your butt back. Here's my weights. Okay? Take a big deep breath. You're going down with them, and then you're going to come back up. Okay? So here we are. Toes are forward, right? We're going to pick up our weights in just a minute. Here they are. I'm going to sink here. So if I were with you right now and I said, okay, Nancy, go ahead and sink down to this. You know what I would be watching? I would be watching to see if Nancy was pushing her butt back. Yes. So as I sink, Bring the weights right into my knee here. I keep my chin tucked. I'm pushing my butt back. This leg is straight. Then I pull back in. So it's this move right here where it's going to come into play, where you're going to really feel these adductors, the abductors. That's the whole reason I started the way I did, to get in there and get your adductors moving. Okay, so here's my weights, pretend. So I'm going to bend, I'm going to sink. So you can't sink if you don't get this going lower. This is the straight one. This is coming in. Here's my weights. And then I'm going to come up and pull them into my solar plexus. Got it? Yeah, see there? All right. Now here's my weights right here in my chair. Are they huge weights? No, they're not. They're light weights. For me, a light weight is 6 and 6. Okay? You choose whatever. So come out of that stance, shake out a little bit, because this is going to push you a little bit. Okay? Here we go. So I'm right here. I'm going to take a wider stance. I got my weights right here. Right here. Okay? Now I'm going to go, yeah, I don't care which way you go, but drop your shoulders, rib cage up. Breathe in through the nose, and you're going to sink. And the hand that's sinking, that's where you're going to go down. But when you're coming down here, do not round your back. Then you're going to pull them right up into your solar plexus, right here, and come to stance. Then you're going to go the other side. You're going to sink. See? I'm sinking, 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 sinking. Do not round your back. Then pull them right into the solar plexus and come up. Okay? You can go wider. You can go more narrow. You take the stance that will push you sufficiently. Now you didn't see what I just did. I'm going to turn to the side so you'll see it. Before I even think that I'm going to go down this way, what do? I start pushing my butt back. Yeah. So I go down, 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 down. I go down as low as I can go there. And then I pull it right back in, right up here. Breath in through the nose. Here we go. Bend, sink, go down. Do not round your back. Pull right to there. Okay. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Sink. Right here. Push the butt back. All the way down. Pull right into here. Right into the chest, the solar plexus. Shift. Push all the way down. Go down so that you feel your groin stretching. Here we go. Or contracting. See right there. Pull. Breath. So the trick here is if you don't push your butt back, you will round your back. Don't round your back. Here we go. Press. Now push up. So some of you might have noticed we've done several forms or several positions of single leg presses, single leg hip hinge, single leg modified squats. Yes. And after you've done several sets of these, you should feel some nice little tremors, little shaking. Now here's the biggest crucial mistake that I don't want you to make. When I go to put these down, some of you put your head down. Don't do that, okay? You drop your chin in, you push your butt back, your head stays level with your butt. You bend at the knee, at the hip, but you don't take your head down. Breath. See how I'm keeping my head, my ears in line with my shoulders. My shoulders are in line with, hopefully, my hip. That's the goal. Take a breath. In through the nose. Do not put your head lower than your hip. hang out here for just a second and really push down through the heel. Yes. Okay, ready? Push through the heel. Do not take your head and chest lower than your hip. I want to get superior use in a light load through the hip, through the back, through the quads, through your feet. Don't put that head down lower than your butt. Do not do it. So you drop your butt a little lower. Keep your head in line with your shoulders and your butt. Take a breath. Okay, one more, just one more. Stay with me. Here we go, right here, right here. Press. Here we go, here we go. Right there. Yay. Now hang on to these. Hang on to these. You're gonna go like this. See this? You remember what I did right before I did that one move? I did the leg back. Yeah. Take your leg back. See, I'm just doing little pumps. Just right here, I'm saying rib cage up. Breath through the nose. Drop your shoulders. Take that little toe back. If you want to, you can sink it down into the heel. Then come back. Put the leg back. Sink into the heel if you would like. Or stay on your toes. Keep your arms going. Yeah, like a kind of like a rope-a-dope. Perpetual motion. Say rib cage up. Drop your shoulders. Put your toe back. Sink into the heel. Come back. Tight tummy. Here we go. Last one. Stay with me. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Okay, last one on this other leg. Rib cage up. And bring it down. Woo! Okay. Okay. Big breath. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Okie dokie. Cross over. Okay, this is a test. Okay. I have a bunch of teachers here, so I know you love tests. Here's your test. Do you remember when we did the crossover a while ago? And I told you you actually try to lock your legs out. Okay. Keep your tummy tight, but push your hip bones forward. Okay. You should have felt tightness here, some in your back. Okay. Do it now and see if it's a little looser. See? If it's more loose. How's that? Yeah, I don't think you don't like looser. I don't think. Here we go. Hips forward. See how I'm pushing them forward? Legs are straight. Yeah, it's right here. Right here. So people who have a lot of problems with arthritis, a lot of times they have terrible back aches. A lot of times those back aches are coming from tight flexors in your hips. So if you'll just do, oh, there goes Ruby. Yeah, she made it through. See here? See here? Don't just stand here. Push your hips forward with your legs straight. So you're doing a bit of a hyperextension and it should feel a ton better. See, just like that. Okay, push your hips forward. Okay, yeah, shake out, shake out, shake out, or hold on to a chair. See how I'm doing a hyperextension here? Yeah, it opens this up because these are all connected into your back, your lower back. Okay, shoulders, yes. Here we go. CRW. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, well, oh, a W. What's hard about that? And they're doing a W like this. Pull those suckers back. See my hands? My thumbs are going back. This is for you, Kay. Now, don't lock your knees right now. Just a nice shoulder width stance. Go and lift your heels. Pull your thumbs back. Your elbows are at your waist, okay? Big breath through the nose. pull them back. See, I'm just bringing my heels up, bringing my toes up. I'm just rocking. So this little maneuver that we're doing with our thumbs back, okay, then bring it back in. Keep rocking, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. Bring it in here. This is my W. I'm going to go to my T. Then we're going to go to my Y. And if I can't get my hands up there because of a shoulder issue, I'll just make it a lower Y. And then I'm going to turn. And I'm going to turn. I'm going to act like I'm serving you. See? Like I'm doing a volleyball serve. Okay? See the volleyball serve? Let me see. Let me get something that Nancy would understand. I don't think she gets a volleyball serve. Here, I'm giving you some gum, Nancy. Keep your knees soft. It's a gentle turning. This kind of motion, oh my goodness. Vestibular function, just focus. Don't go fast. Keep your shoulders down. Keep your feet solid. You're shifting from toes to heels constantly. Okay, this is all proprioception, recovery, and shake out. Okay. I'm getting all my November workouts on there that we did in Tennessee. You can hear the birds, the hound dogs, I don't know, the snakes, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, and the ladybugs. We had a terrible ladybug infestation. Anyway, this is our first time back. I didn't want to kill you, right? So hopefully you're okay.
Thank you.